All right, welcome to San Francisco, guys. The fog is here.
The fog is here. I love it.
Is this good? Is this good like racing weather or not?
Yeah, cool.
Would it be?
Yeah,
It's not bad as long as it stays dry. It helps.
Right, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, there's a lot of Bay Area tie-ins with this movie, and a lot of folks who are big avid racers or fans of the video game are very excited that hey, we've got like San Francisco, the Bay Area on there. Obviously, EA being Bay Area based. It's insane. I can't believe 20 years is gone by.
Isn't that amazing?
It's 20 years since that video game. And I remember literally it was like yesterday. I was in high school during that time.
Yeah.
So I'm dating myself.
I was, you're dating yourself, but I definitely was not in high school. I was graduated long before that.
Were you born yet?
I don't even know I was born yet.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man.
No, I'm just kidding. But let's talk about the video game and the movie. Like, how true was it to the video game? Scott?
Well, I think it's when you make a movie, you want to, for myself, like I want to make a movie for everybody. I really do, and I think there's definitely a balancing act that you need to do because, like with Act of Valor, I wanted to make a movie that was extremely respectful to the military community, that represented them in the best way possible, but still make a movie for the masses. And the same thing with Need for Speed. I want to be very respectful to EA and the gamers that play that game, but also make a movie for people that even don't like cars. Right. That want to come to the movies because it's an enjoyable experience. You're going to laugh. It's like Top Gun. You don't need to be a pilot to go watch that movie. Yeah. It's a thrill ride that's fun with these great characters. It's a character-driven movie with exciting action wrapped around it.
And speaking of the characters, I mean, it felt like I was in a video game. Like it was like real life in a video game. I felt like I was in the car with you racing. Yeah. I felt like I was in the helicopter with Maverick. I mean, like it was just the angles and everything like that. Talk about all the different shots that you had to do to create this kind of video game movie.
Well, I grew up as a stuntman, so I started doing stunts when I was 12, and I retired 25 years later. And I just really like to put the audience behind this, in the boots of the characters that are in my films, and so that the audience gets that fresh perspective of what it's like to be an action hero. And I'm just trying to give that audience the things that I've been so lucky enough to see in my life. So I'm putting cameras where my battered eyes have been beaten down on from stunts, and I think it's fun because the audiences are getting a true immersive experience, and that's what's great about games nowadays, right? It's the actual pinnacle of immersive experiences now because it's first person, you're in these worlds. And so for our films, we like to, do the same thing, and I think there's a great synergy between my type of filmmaking and video games.
So Aaron, question for you is, this has opened up hopefully another side of you as an actor. You're going to do more action films such as Need for Speed. How much training too was involved in this?
I never thought I would ever be a big part of an action movie. Mm-hmm. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, buddy.
And it was such a blast. I got to see inside this guy's world for a few months, and I love that world. I see why he has kind of dedicated his life to that sort of madness, and it was incredible. So if people have me, sure, why not? I just want to do stuff that is character driven, story driven, and that's what this film was all about. It really surprised the hell out of me when I saw Need for Speed on my desk. I was like, oh, another video game adaptation. I don't know. But then I started reading, and I was like, oh my God, this has such an incredible story. I was instantly invested in these characters, and the fact that he wanted to capture everything in camera and not rely on CGI or green screen, I thought was incredibly brave, and I was very excited about it.
Talk about San Francisco being the finish line, backdrop. Was that a no-brainer that San Francisco's got to be like the end spot?
Well, the funny thing was, in the original script, it was Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I was like, I just don't think Los Angeles, I grew up there my whole life, I don't think it has the visual component that San Francisco does.
Right.
And for myself, I personally wanted to have a throwback to the greatest racing movie ever, which is Bullet.
Right.
And so we needed to come to San Francisco and shoot on the exact streets that Steve drove it on, and pay homage to and respects to the greats of the 60s.
Well, like I say, I live in San Francisco, and after the movie, my wife watched the screening with me. I was putting a little extra gas on the pedal, driving through the streets back home. She's like, what's come into you here? So you've influenced me. I mean, after watching that film, I was really pleasantly surprised. And I was just like, I wanted to race. I wanted to trade my Toyota for a Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Well, keep it on the track, man.
Yeah,
There's a time and a place for
there's
everything.
tracks everywhere. You can go on the track. Oh, and it's so much fun.
There's a great one in Sonoma.
Oh,
Go to Sonoma.
Right?
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
But last question: Why the Ford Mustang? As we wrap things up here, because that is very iconic, obviously.
It's literally that fact. You know, for myself, the subtlety and the homage of Steve McQueen drove a '68 Mustang in a 1968 car movie. Why not have our subtlety of a 2015 Mustang in a 2015 movie? Yeah. It's one of the coolest cars that's been in cinema through the testament of time. It's a classic. It's their 50th anniversary, and I'm really proud that they're one of the lead vehicles in the movie.
Well, amazing film. Definitely got my juices flowing, and I know a lot of audience members will certainly agree that it's definitely a thrill ride, to say the least. Man. Well, thanks for your time, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Enjoy the rest of San Francisco.
Appreciate it.